A message lands on your screen. Not a threat, not a crisis. Just one sharp line. This is amateur work. And suddenly your whole body changes. Your jaw tightens. Your mind starts writing speeches. You want to correct them, embarrass them, punish them, win. That tiny moment is where the Stoics begin. Not because they thought insults don't hurt, not because they wanted you to become cold, but because they believed something important gets decided in the first few seconds after offense. Who will control your mind now? Stoicism began in the ancient Greek world and was later developed by Roman thinkers like Epictetus and Marcus Aurelius. But for this video, forget the marble busts for a second. The Stoic question is painfully modern. What exactly has happened when someone insults you? Words were said, a face was made, maybe other people saw it. That part is real. But then something else happens inside you. You add a second layer. How dare they? Now I look weak. I need to answer now. This must not stand. For the Stoics, that second layer is where suffering starts to grow. Not because reputation never matters in life, but because your judgment arrives faster than your wisdom. Epictetus makes the point bluntly. It is not simply the insult that disturbs us, but our judgment about it. That does not mean abuse is acceptable. It means the first battle is internal. The insult tries to recruit you. It wants you to become a second copy of the person who delivered it, reactive, noisy, and ruled from the outside. Marcus Aurelius puts the same idea in a different way. The best answer to wrongdoing is not to become like the wrongdoer. That is the Stoic core concept for insult. Your character is more important than your image in the moment. If someone can make you furious on command, then they have done more than speak badly. They have taken your steering wheel. Epictetus even uses a striking comparison. If you would be angry to hand your body over to a stranger, why hand over your mind so easily? Imagine that office message again. You read it once, then again. You begin typing immediately. Maybe if you actually understood the brief, you wouldn't say something this stupid. For 10 seconds, it feels powerful. Then the thread gets longer. More people watch. The day is gone. Even if you win, you are now living inside their insult. Now imagine a different version. You stop. You notice the heat in your face. You say, almost like a private Stoic exercise, words were said. My judgment is rising. My response is still mine. Then you ask a better question. Is a reply needed for truth, for work, or for ego? Maybe you answer calmly and specifically. Maybe you ask for clarification. Maybe you move the conversation offline. Maybe you say nothing at all. The Stoic victory is not silence every time. It is freedom from compulsion. This matters because most insults today are not dramatic. They are ordinary. A sarcastic comment in a meeting, a family remark that lands exactly where you're insecure, a stranger online who wants your attention more than your argument. And here Stoicism becomes practical. It asks you to sort the moment into two piles. What is not fully yours? Their tone, their motives, their manners, their opinion. Other people's instant reaction. What is yours? Your pause, your interpretation, your next sentence, your standard of conduct. That is why Stoicism is not just ignore haters. Sometimes a boundary is wise. Sometimes correction is necessary. Sometimes injustice should be named clearly. But the Stoic aim is to act from principle, not from the itch to strike back. So here is a simple Stoic practice for the next insult. First, pause long enough to separate event from story. What happened? What am I adding? Second, name what is under my control, not their mouth, my mind, my reply, my conduct. Third, choose the response that lets me remain myself. Not the cleverest comeback, the cleanest character. You do not control whether someone tries to reduce you. You do control whether you help them do it. That is the Stoic way to handle insult. Not by pretending nothing happened, not by swallowing your dignity, but by refusing to give another person's anger a second home inside your own mind.